Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hey, my name is Davis and I'm from Haiti, but I live in Dominican Republic. I'm here, Positive Power 21, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide.
All right, what's up, family? What's up? Welcome to Positive Power, XXI Christian Media. Right, late night with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide and Shay Samuel. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. It's always awesome to hang out with family and see friends, watch a little bit of football, and chew down on some good food. I hope everybody had an opportunity to help out somebody too. Not everybody was fortunate, but they can be with your help. So always remember, y'all, there's always a mission center or a shelter nearby in your community. A church has a pantry. Reach out. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to join nothing. Just reach out and see what they need. They always need blankets. They always need coats and boots and gloves, especially gloves and socks. So think about that when you're at Walmart, spending up money, it's blowing money. Pick up something extra and just drop it off at one of those nearby shelters. They really appreciate that. All right. Let's bring on Shay. See what's going on in Shay's world. What's going on, Shay? What's going on in your world? What's up?
Hey, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, a.k.a. The Batman. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Yeah, we're in holiday season now. We there.
I know.
What it is.
I know.
Man, I feel like we just finished the summer. I was just cutting grass 2 weeks ago. What's up?
That's how the weather works. You might be cutting it again one more time. You know how the weather works.
We was expecting snow today in the forecast. Yeah, it was in our forecast.
Ooh.
Yeah, for 2 days, but, Yeah, I know. It's that time of the year, holiday time. It's all good.
Yeah. So how was your Thanksgiving?
It was awesome. Of course, we were on the Eastern Shore. For those of you hear Batman talking about the Chesapeake Bay, where we get our delicious crab cakes from and our oysters and clams and fresh fish. We was actually on the other side. That's right, because Baltimore was on the western side. We was on the eastern side, home of Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass, for those of you that don't know that, and Chestertown Tea Party. Well, we was in Easton. And I'm hanging out with Mom and my in-laws. My brother's in-laws hung out with us also. Of course, all my kids were with me. So we had a great time. Watched movies and sat around and played with Mimi. Mimi showed off. Her little butt showed off at the.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
I bet.
Thought it was her world.
We still need to get our pictures of her dressed up in like her holiday gear.
Yeah, she don't take pictures though. She don't cooperate. Yeah, she just like Big Mama. Mama, Nene don't take the pictures neither. She laid some people out for taking her picture, posted on Facebook. I thought they knew better. Yeah, her and Mimi don't take pictures. They don't want to be on Facebook. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So how was yours?
Sky was home from the week.
Yeah.
Sky was home and Jordy, okay.
Yeah, all she right. Just went back.
Shout out to Sky and Jordy.
Yeah, she came here and cut a couple shows yesterday. We worked on something new so she can come in town and get it done real quick without stressing. And we took out to the airport. She jumped on a train and went on back to school. Yeah. Yes.
That's amazing. Well, we had a great time as well here in Georgia. The Beyond the Fence family was here in Georgia all weekend.
Wow.
And we got a chance to do the Hosea Feed the Hungry. We did a few other events with Black People Unite, Black Saturday Gala.
Wow.
Black Tie. David actually hosted that event, and we got a chance to perform that as well. So yes, it's been a busy week for us.
Yeah. So when you guys do that, where's that held at? When you guys do those galas like that?
So the Hosea Feed the Hungry is actually here in Georgia. It's one of the biggest community events that's hosted on Thanksgiving for the homeless. That's at the Georgia World Congress Center, right behind the CNN Center, I believe it is. Because there's a convention center and then the World Congress Center. So, yeah. And then the gala was actually hosted in Riverdale, in College Park. So College Park, and it really wasn't too far from where we had hosted the first My Journey taping. Mm-hmm. It wasn't far from there. So it was in College Park. But yeah, so that was a whole different organization. And that was really awesome because it was geared towards Black businesses. So there were a lot of Black businesses presented there, and it gave people an opportunity to support the businesses, know about the businesses, and shop, shop their sales. So it was really good.
Yeah, that's awesome. We need to reach out to some of those people for the Paula G Show. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do they have a website, where the sponsors can be found?
Yeah, we've got a lot of opportunities to network with those people. Mm-hmm. It's still soon. David got a lot of the cards, and we'll probably talk about it a little bit later. But yeah, he got a lot of the cards and just a lot of opportunity. We did a lot. Like I said, we met a lot of people this week, and just amazing. It was amazing. I'm just leaving the Atlanta Live.
Yeah. How'd
shout
it go?
out to WUPC.
So how'd it go? You sound like you had a cold, or you sang a lot. Which one is it?
Well, it's a balance no balance because I started off like that. I mean, I started getting the sniffles, and I started maybe last week, and I sang myself all the way through to tonight.
Wow.
Wow. So through the coughs and the sniffles and everything, I was actually at a point where I was not feeling well, but I sang all through this week, and tonight was the last night that I will have to do that for some time. So it's a combination.
Let's give you applause for that. Yeah. For Shay, y'all. For Shay. Yeah. That's awesome. That's powerful. Yeah, sometimes you call it duty. That's what you guys do. So you call it duty. You got to do your thing.
Yeah.
So congratulations. You've been doing a lot of TV. Speaking of TV, of course, everybody, mm-hmm. Shay hosts the Red Room, a powerful television talk show dealing with spirituality and people sharing their journey, from the spiritual content. So we can't wait to get her back here again. Of course, we got a couple shows. We can't wait for you guys to start seeing those shows. A new one will be popping off real soon. Wow, so much going on.
Shout out to all the guests too.
Yeah. I mean, some wonderful people came through here, and we're hoping to get some of them back here because we're going to be taping again for the Lakeisha Mosey show again, and so much. We're just so excited about 2020. It's going to be here before you know it. It's going to be here before you know it.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how people are saying it too. This is people are getting that 2020 vision. I love people using that terminology. They're getting that 2020 vision.
Yeah, that's right. And I like the way 2019. 2019 was one of those years where you kind of, for me, we kind of found our purpose. Some new things came into play, of course, your show, Lakeisha show came into play, a lot of new development, a connection with the folks in Arkansas. Shout out to Terrell Jenkins and Monique Washington. Strong connection there happened. And it kind of gives you an idea where 2020 is going to be. A lot of television now. Of course, connecting with people on radio is what we do. And the people have just been, I've been getting so many calls. I'm talking about phone calls from Africa, over in Europe. People are really excited about what you guys are doing, because one, they don't get a chance to see our local television. So now with the internet the way it is, they get to see a lot of this stuff that we do. A lot of original programming. Yeah. Yep, a lot of original. And shout out to Randall 10 Deep, he got his thing up and running on Roku, on demand, his network. So he's doing his thing, and he's always telling me I'm his mentor. I said, man, you doing big things, man. It's always good to find somebody who's doing something you can say, oh, I could do it bigger and better than them. You always need that footstool. So we look at ourselves. My thing is now, with having children that's in the industry, you kind of want to keep it home in a way. and then develop people. Because where you, Paul and Lakeisha's going, and whoever else come in the picture, you guys got opportunities to move into, bigger broadcasting networks. But the way it is now, social media is the thing. It's like, let somebody go hang you a check. If they hang you a check, you can fly the coop. It's worth it. And so that's what we're doing now, is just trying to keep you guys develop and, make it better and better. And who knows who may come knocking on that door and say, hey, they want to license us. Because that's what it's all about. Licensing is where the money is. People don't know that. But that's where the money is licensing. When people start paying you to carry your shows on their network. And that's where we at. We got hundreds. It's funny. And we're going to bring David up real quick, Dave, because I'm supposed to get 15 minutes with Shay. That's what I get. So anyway, Shay. What's funny is I was working on, Jordan had to do a resume for his school, I guess career day or something. Uh-huh. So, he handed me this little piece of paper to check it out. And I said, man, that's not you. I said, dude, do you realize your experience, what you have? So we started, we pulled up some stuff on the internet with, him being a cameraman and, doing some part-time, he assists Lakeisha with directing the talent and everything and setting up lighting and doing the whole set design and, all that stuff. We started putting this stuff together and we looked at it and said, wow, is somebody going to believe this when you go apply for a part-time job at a Target or a Walmart? Are they going to believe that? Right. They probably looking at him and say, you should be hiring me. That's how powerful it was. Exactly. He had over 100 episodes of shows that's actually airing on Comcast. He's going to be so well advanced over. Yeah. I see it. I promise you. I just see it. And it's how my daughters were when we had our nursing home. You try to raise them up and give them the experience, because a lot of people are saying, well, you need the experience. Well, how else do you get the experience? That's right. If you're a newcomer, you're coming out of high school, you have a passion to do something, but you don't have that 5 years experience. Jordy's like 12 years ahead of the game. Yeah. Shout out to Jordy. Because he's been doing it for a minute. Remember he started out, when we first started out, we were shooting for a church that was actually, they were all actors. I didn't realize that everybody went to that church were performers. Stage performers. Like stage. Wow. And they were gifted singers. They could do everything. And one of the guys that they would bill for each one of their production, he was on HBO The Wire. Yeah, the guy played Shamrock. Wow. And we did 2 productions with them. And then the next thing you know, we was filming Shirley Murdoch. It was like, is this, what is God telling us? And that's the kind of stuff that can happen to you guys when you stay faithful to your purpose. Mm-hmm. God would just start opening doors up, and you're looking at yourself saying, wait a minute, I'm filming Shirley Murdoch, international gospel artist and stage play, actress, and you just got into the game and now your resume is being stacked. Yeah. All right, let's bring, Shay and I can talk forever. Let's bring Dr. Benton out. What's up, Dr. Benton? Dr. David Benton, minister. What's up, sir? How you doing? Happy holidays.
Yo. Hold on, let me sound. Hold on, I gotta sound sanctified, holy, and delivered. Hold on. Hey, brother, how you doing, brother?
Minister Benton, we are good, man. Shay said she thought we were. Shay. That's awesome, brother. And we're so glad. We follow you and we know you're doing well and you're doing your thing. Always got something going on. Shay hit me up. She said, I thought you guys talked today. I said, I was thinking, were we supposed to talk today? I knew he was coming on the show. Me, I never talked to people before a show because we end up talking and then we don't mention those things on the show. So I never do that. That's a Batman no. Never talk to the guest before a show. So Shay, to answer your question, no, we talking now. So everything good, sir? Tell me, man. Before I'm gonna be on mute, but I just want to know, man, what is going on in your world, man? Tell me. I want to hear you.
First of all, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say this, brother. Do you that woman you have interviewing right now? Do you know who that is, my brother?
Shay.
Do you know she is international?
International.
Billboard, Gospel Choice Award winner.
I know.
ATL Shawty 57 Live.
I know.
Brother, it's a privilege, brother.
I know.
Brother. I mean, I hear about the Shirley Murray. Shout out to Shirley Murray, dog. But you got yours, Shirley. You got yours.
I know. Look, it just keep climbing,
Shay
man.
Samuels in the building, man.
The talent.
Shay Samuels is in the building, Jerry.
I know. I get exposed. I get exposed to so much wonderful talent, man. I mean, it is unbelievable, man. That we watching Shay just blossom right before our eyes, man. I mean, she's gifted. I mean, we always knew that she was that gem anyway. That just needed her time. Just like a lot of people, you have these gems just sitting there waiting to be cracked open and get the opportunity. And just thank God for the power of the internet and those that He had blessed to power what we're doing. Like you. And other brothers and sisters out there, Paula G's, those kind of people who are giving. Her apology.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Paula.
Shout out to Lady Wisdom after midnight.
She probably sleep right now.
Hey, do you know the G stands for gangster, Jerry? Paula, she is a G for real.
That's right. She is a G.
Paula is gangster.
And not an OG.
So you didn't even know what the G stood for, Jerry.
Yeah, she never told me.
Gangster. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the G stands for gangster.
Yeah. Yeah, Paula don't play.
In the building.
Paula don't play. And something go down. If something does go down in the world, and Paula with you, Paula's in good enough shape that she can lead you out of danger. You seen her workout tapes?
Yeah.
She lifting tires
not only
and
lead us out of danger. She gonna be the person in the front doing the karate kicks and all that while we running.
Yeah, she probably leave us.
Hey,
we be out of breath.
Had a Batman. That's why I put my Batman. I keep my Batman symbol on deck just in case I flash that light. I know the Batman coming to get me. I know he's gonna come running.
I know Batman gotta get back in the gym because I think if something do go down, Paula probably leave us because if Paula don't wait for us, we can't make it. Paula, just go without us. Go save yourself. we can't make it more than 3 miles.
The Batman always on time, man.
Batman's only good for 3 miles. After 3 miles, I'm done. That's my walk.
Look, man, I don't need the Batman to catch no Charlie horse.
And that's walking.
I don't need the Batman to catch the cramp, man. We need the Batman.
I know, man. And that's walking, dude. That's not even running. Man.
Oh.
Yeah, Paula would leave. Yeah, Paula would leave us, man. We would have to. We got to do better, y'all. We got to get in the gym. Start getting on the treadmill. No walking on the treadmill. Running. Yeah, shout out to Paula G for.
Y'all don't need me. Y'all got this.
We sorry, Shay. You know how me and the Batman do it. The Batman always keep me strong, man. When I get on here with the Batman, man, hey, I just get on another level, man. You gotta love the Batman.
Man, you funny, man. But again, shout out to Paula G for putting those tapes out there. She's trying her best to encourage everybody to get up off that couch and do something with yourself.
Yeah,
that's what she's trying to tell us.
Definitely.
Yeah, without hurting our feelings.
Yeah, Paula keeps lying about her age too.
Yeah, she doing
She
her
keep
thing.
lying about her age. I'm tired of that too.
I know. Keep dyeing her hair gray when she know it's black. She just trying not to hurt our feelings. Yeah. Well,
she's 52 years old. She keeps saying she's older than that, but I know she's lying.
I think Paula's actually younger than 52, man. I think she's really in her 40s. She actually dyed her hair gray. It's not growing, and she's just doing it.
I think that too.
Yeah, so I don't know why. Maybe she's trying not to hurt her high school classmates' feelings, because that can happen sometimes.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, Mr. Apology.
Yeah, she out there. All right, guys. Well, look, David. David, I just want to say, man, keep up the good work, man. I mean, you are so inspiring. I talk about you guys all the time between you, Ken Osborne, Charles D. Clark. You guys are constantly doing your things. Almost like when I hear you say how long, you weren't among us, the living, I was like, it's hard to believe, that, you're doing what you're doing. It's like you have no anger, nothing. It's like you just want to do good for people, and Charles the same way. And Ken Osborne, I talk about you people all the time. My son, he's heard so many powerful testimonies, while we filming you guys. And cause we were just in church yesterday, and one of the pastors, he was in jail in Puerto Rico, and he talked about his gang affiliation and drug addiction and all this stuff. And of course, he was just sharing his past, just to let people know, that he's still kind of messed up too and dealing with stuff, but don't give up. And I was telling Jordan, I said, wow, we've heard so many powerful, stories, so many journeys, but the thing about it is when we see you guys, you don't see that past. You guys don't look like where you come from, and a lot of us, some of us just didn't get caught. We was doing the same thing. We just didn't get caught. So, for all that said, right, man, I just want to, say, we keep you guys in prayer, man, and just keep doing what you're doing. Keep shining, man. And we will catch up with you guys one day. Put it that way. Because you guys are flying, man. Y'all are flying. Amen.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the inspiration for real. That definitely was something. It's good to hear that, man. Because when your heart is in the right place and you really do, want to help people, you love people. My passion can sometimes come off the wrong way, but I'm just so passionate, and I don't want people to go, especially young men. I don't want them to go down that same road.
Right.
So sometimes I approach the situation, and they mistake my passion, but I love them, and I need that encouragement, man, from people, especially like yourself. So it's a blessing just to hear you say that. So I appreciate that, bro.
You're welcome, bro. You're welcome. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sit back and man the control. Make sure you guys are still up and running. Just remember, everybody, you want to catch this show, you're just catching up, and you want to laugh a little bit and cry a little bit. You can catch these shows on Google Podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, and Castbox, and there's a few others out there too that we're on. Or just Google Jerry Royce Live, and you catch all of the podcasts that's on our network, which is doing a phenomenal job. And don't forget, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we air from 8 o'clock to midnight. So check us out when you want to go live. And other than that, you can catch us on the replays on Spreaker and iHeart and all those. All right, guys, you guys have a great show, and thank you so much, Shay, for what you do for Positive Power. Amen. And have a great show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you.
And
well, welcome. You guys have heard it. I am your co-host, Shay Samuels, and this is Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, a.k.a. The Batman, Late Night with Jerry Royce, and we have an amazing guest tonight. I don't get a chance to often interview this young man, as I do most people who come on to the Positive Power Network or Elations Radio, but I am more than elated because I get a chance. Most of the time I have to research the people that I'm about to interview and converse with. But I didn't have to do that tonight because I've been partnered up with this young man for the last 2 years, and you guys are going to get to know all about him tonight. So, Mr. David Benton, welcome.
Howdy, Shaylin.
David Benton, hi. How are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Well, Shay, I just want to tell you, it's hard to tell you how my week been because you already done snitched and told everybody what we did, Shay. So I don't even need to go back and say anything because you already done told about Jose Feed the Hungry. Did you tell them how you turned it out, though?
Well, we're going to talk about you tonight, so I want you to tell the people about yourself first, and then we're going to go into Hosea Feed the Hungry, and we're going to talk about your experience there for the last 2 years. So, Mr. David Benton, will you first let the listening audience who do know who you are and those who don't know who you are, who David Benton is?
All right. Well, I do want to say this. I never been... I'm going to say, make it simple. Coming from a family of 6 kids, I was the youngest, so I was always, spoiled with love. We didn't have a lot of money, but I definitely was spoiled with love. And with that love,
the Bible say train a child in the ways of the Lord. When he get older, he won't depart from it. So that love factor was always in me. I excelled in sports. So with sports, it really taught me the foundation of what team is for. How, you just can't do things on your own and feel that you're going to be successful. You got to have a team. So with sports, they helped me. And the love made me always, have compassion on people. I always strive to be the best me I can be. But at the same time, love and care for the people around me. And they showed in playing sports. And, what's sad is I took that gift and I used it, in the wrong way. And that's why when I started selling drugs, after college, I did sell drugs, and I got into a gang, the Vice Lords gang. And I never been a thug. I never really thought that the tough guy thing. I really always, to be honest, I thought, you have to be a tough guy, just tough all day. I used to feel that was a sign of weakness. So with me personally, it was like I had the gangsters and the killers around me, but I sold drugs. And with that, what's so dangerous was, by me, going to college and by me excelling and making good grades, to be honest, I used it to my advantage. I really did. I used it to my advantage. I made a lot of money from it. And I hate to say I excelled as a drug dealer, but I did. The gang thing, I really didn't really care too much about it. I was more focused on making the money. So I got incarcerated, right? You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. And that was my harvest. At that time, I went to prison, federal prison. They gave me a 15-year sentence. I did 13 years, 2 months on it. And I never forget how my cellie, he had life in 30. And he always told me, he said, man, look, you have an out date. Prepare for home. My paperwork said 2015. His paperwork said deceased on it. I never forget that. And I say that in every interview because it's true. And it's devastating. When I seen deceased, it humbled me. And I really didn't want to talk about me coming home in 2015 too much, seeing guys with 30-year sentences and life sentences. He told me, man, prepare for home. Don't just exist. Start living. Make a change now. Be a better you now. And that's what I did. I matured. I grew. And I hung around positive influences. People don't understand. Even though you in prison, you in that situation, people, the majority of the guys that I was around, I can only speak for the circle that I was around. It ain't like these guys took that moment and everything they did, but they were just trying to be a better criminal. That's TV. TV tell you that. But you had some really loving gentlemen that was incarcerated that I learned so much from, and at a young age helped me mature to become a man. It really did separate the man from the boys. You like go from a boy to go from a male to a man to a mentor. And they helped me become a mentor. So with that, I was behind the fence. Now I'm beyond the fence.
I like that. You said you went from a male to a man you went from a male to a man to a mentor. Is that right?
Yes. I went from a male to a man to a mentor. And
I like that. And so what I've grown to know about you in the time that we have been connected as far as, beyond the fence and just you personally, you've always had a passion to teach people. And, of course, when we first connected, there was a way that you would teach people. And now that you have, like you said, when you were behind the fence, you studied. And so with that comes a different level of teaching. And so one of the things that I enjoy is really just the out-of-the-box, unorthodox teaching that you have. Can you let the listeners know a lot about some information about that?
Well, the Bible, when you read the Bible, you have to understand, when the Bible says, study to show thyself approved unto God, right? Then at the same time, it says, all people perish for the lack of knowledge. we have to understand this. The Bible is 66 books, and that's including the epistles, these letters. And it ain't like it was just one big book, and it's like, hey, man, let's write this book called the Bible. No, they took a piece here, a piece here, a piece here, and they put it together. So when the Bible said, study to show thyself approved unto God, at this time, it wasn't the Bible at its fullness. So that's what I did. And then the book of Jude say, like, we talk about spiritual things that we don't really have no knowledge of. Say not even Michael the archangel did that, where he disputed with Satan over the body of was it Abraham or Moses, one of them. But the thing is, I took that and I said, you know what? I don't want to be ignorant. So I didn't just read the Bible. I studied the Bible, literally. I studied the Kabbalah. I studied the Black Book. I studied the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I studied the Quran. I just didn't read them. And the reason I did that, Shay, to be honest, because while I was incarcerated, I felt like as a man of God, who's me to just chastise people? I think that's God's job. And that's what Michael the Archangel told Satan. He said, may the Lord rebuke you. So I felt that's God's job. So I studied because I wanted to be able to empathize with people. And because of the way I studied, it's a blessing. People did convert. People did understand because I could understand them. It's important to understand before trying to be understood. You get what I'm saying? So that was the method. I wanted to be able to understand them. And when they realized I do understand them with love, how I grew up, then they started listening to me. And, and that's how I come.
Yeah, and I that's one of the things that I really picked up on is you don't, like you said, you didn't just read the Bible, you didn't just read what all of the other resources that you just talked about, like you studied them. And I think it's important, especially not just from a human being, person to person perspective, but you're also an artist. And so if you are going to begin to travel the world and begin to touch different nations, I think it's imperative that we understand different cultures as well. What do you think about that?
It's definitely important because while I was in the Fed, see, what the devil meant for bad, God meant for good. Even though Joseph was talking about his brothers, he said, what you guys meant for bad, God meant for good. So even though I was in prison and it seemed like a bad moment, it actually became a great moment for me because Joseph went through the same thing. He went to prison. So me being in federal prison, it was so many people from different walks of life, so many cultures. You had the Hispanics, you had the guys, you had the Cubans, you had the Africans, you had these guys from India and the Dominican Republic. It was just so many different cultures, not just Americans. And they happened to, get caught over here and they stayed. And a lot of them couldn't even speak English. So just seeing different cultures and having to actually live with different cultures for 13 years, you have to learn to adjust and you have to come outside yourself and not understand this. It's not all about you. The world is not all about the way you see it, because other people have their own eyes and their own vision and visual on how they see the world. And I think it's understand that sometimes we got to look through the lens of another person.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And speaking of other lens, you currently have a song entitled Wish, and we're going to play that song next. But tell us about Wish.
Wish, I wanted to just inspire people to understand that you can be a better version of yourself. The reason why I thought about Wish, because us as men and women of God, kings and queens of the world, a lot of times we'll talk to God and we'll just make wishes, make wishes, make wishes. Like God is a genie. And we have to understand that everything is right. If you believe that you're made in his image and his likeness, all them wishes you just have to be proactive. You have to encourage yourself and understand that you are more than a conqueror. And everything that you wish for, if you decide to do it, you can actually do it because God put the resources right there already in front of you. Just a quick second. A car. The first day Adam and Eve came, a car could have been made, but they didn't figure it out yet. It ain't like the elements just fell from the sky one day, like rubber and copper and all these things just fell from the sky. No, it was already here on the earth. They just had to invent it. They had to figure it out. And guess where that come from? Your mind. When you invent something, you turn something that came from nothing. And it all started in your mind. Why? Because that's God living in you. Because we're made in God's image and God's likeness. So we are creators. We can create something out of nothing. And I just want to inspire people that you can, everything that you wish for, you can actually have it.
What I love about Wish, too, is that Wish talks to a multitude of people. If you listen to the lyrics of the songs as we play the song tonight, what I love about it is that it speaks to the multitudes of people. There's something in here for everybody. And so I'm thankful that that you were led to come up with something like this. And we're going to talk a little bit more about your music on the other side of this music break. But I just wanted people to understand the dynamic of the music that you're coming out with. As we talk about the single, we talk about the album, we talk about what's to come. Wish, honestly, is, you know that I have a few favorites, but Wish is one of my favorites. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and take a quick music break as we listen to David Benton's song entitled Wish.
You're listening to Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
It's your boy David Benton. Some people, they be like, yo, I just have a wish for my birthday. Or they wish they had 3 wishes. I wish for so much more for you. I wish for so much more. What I wish for is that we live more. In the inner city, living ain't so piss poor. Realize we hypnotized by the discord. We blow money fast. What you think we rent for? Yeah, did it big. My kids wish I could've did more. Wish women would be women if men would be men. Or there was no child abuse or domestic violence. In the streets really moved in that act of silence. Wish the Catholic priest wasn't pedifying. In the government officials would tell the truth instead of lying. I'm born a lion. My daddy named me David Lyons. Wish we could do more laughing instead of crying. Wish we wasn't afraid of giants. Wish we could all be inspired by David and Goliath. Wish society wouldn't pacify us. Make us ride, turn back around and buy it, and gentrify it.
Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I keep my hands raised high when there ain't nothing left. Try to stay focused on the Lord above. With all the things going on in this world, that's where my help comes from. I wish the world wasn't corrupt. I wish that we could unite and spread love. I know that Jesus is enough. Got my mind on my mission, G.O.D. That's what's up.
Yeah, I wish we all get our credit straight. Wish that single mother didn't have to wait for Section 8. I wish we all would investigate why the world is crooked and we can't set it straight. God is not the author of confusion, so ask yourself, why there's so much confusion? With some husbands wasn't so abusive, wifey putting makeup on to cover up all the bruises. All we do is make excuses about the chains, the pains, and all the nooses. I wish religion wasn't so polluted. This is all facts, you can't dispute it. Barely have a right to do it. So much can't be proven. I wish we really choosing to teach our students, pursuing disillusioned turns, all the ruin. I wish a cross system really would start it over.
Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I keep my hands raised high when there ain't nothing left. Try to stay focused on the Lord above. With all the things going on in this world, that's where my help comes from. I wish the world wasn't corrupt. I wish that we could unite and spread love. I know that Jesus Jesus is enough. Got my mind on my mission, G.O.D. That's what's up.
You're listening to Gary Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Yes, 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 yes. That was "I Wish" by David Benton. If you're just tuning in, we are on live with David Benton tonight, talking about some of his music, talking about some of the things that he has coming up. What got him to this point. And I wish definitely, Jerry's favorite song is "Boom," and I would say "I Wish" is definitely in sync with "Boom," because you do talk about a lot of the injustice in the system, and you're kind of like you are like a pillar for the people almost, where you are speaking what most people probably can't. They're thinking, but they don't know how to say it. So I can imagine someone maybe laying in their house just saying, "I wish, I wish the world system was better. I wish, that I wasn't getting beat by my husband, and for some husbands getting beat by their wives." And I don't mean to laugh about that, but it's true. It's true. So what inspired you, you really didn't change the format of your music. I think you just became a little bit bolder with it. So what inspired you?
Really, it's one of those things to where, like you said, I just wanted to talk to everybody. If I've heard people say, "Well, you don't use enough Jesus." I done made so many Jesus songs, and those songs weren't really supported as much, to be honest. They wasn't. I mean, we could talk about it, but the reality is they weren't really supported much. So when I just took it upon myself to do it was really in my heart, and that's just to inspire people, to love people, and just do what I feel that I'm called to do, and not really focused on what everybody feel that I should be doing. And that's what I wish. I wish, I don't want you to tell me how much you love God, but you're a rude person. You're mean to me, and you always judgmental. And it's like, come on, man. Like, be nice. Have integrity. Integrity is more important than you speaking in tongues to me. Don't speak in tongues to me if you don't have no integrity. And don't brag about giving $1 billion to the church, but then somebody you go to a restaurant and you give them no tip, or you might give them a $1 or $2 tip. That's how they eat. Have a heart. Tip them people. That's how they pay bills. So we don't want to concentrate on real issues. So I'd rather concentrate on real issues than focus on, just being more church-centered rather than God-centered. I'd rather be God-centered than church-centered. Yeah.
And I think that's good, because we are getting to a point where, people have to really get to a point. Music is everything. I was thinking about that the other day, about how music, when you hear it, it brings back whatever memory wherever you were at the time that song came out. The music will make you dance an old dance. It'll make you feel, old relationships. It makes babies. Music, depending on what era it is, it just makes you feel good. And so music is the way that we speak to people. So I appreciate that. You have another song, that 1970 song, one of my favorite songs as well. In fact, out of all of the songs that you have thus far, this one here is like my favorite. Tell us about the 1970 song.
1970 song was actually produced by Marcus Boyd. And when he sent it to me, it just gave me an old school feeling. And it was a feeling that I missed. Like, yo, man, I just remember when I was younger and listening to my mom, play the music. And those just was some pleasant days for me, just nice days. Even though I grew up like in the late 80s and 90s, still just that it wasn't nothing like that 70s feel. So with it, it was just like one of those things, man. It just took me to a good place in life. And me being a young black male and going through the system, I want to encourage the other young black males, you know, because we have an inner city. You know, we have a church on every corner, but you got to understand we have a liquor store on every corner. We have drugs on every corner. So I want to speak for our culture. You know, I do. I'm not asking people to agree with me. You know, I talked to God about it. We had a real good conversation, and I'm good. So that's what I want to do. I want to inspire many.
Okay. All right. And I really do think that this song does it. In fact, it was two of the songs that we ministered this past week at the Hosea Feed the Hungry and other events that we did. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you the song. Tell me, is it this? I keep saying that I make my own titles up for David's music. You know how we do that. You know, you can never say the song title. You go by the chorus or you go by something. People call I Choose to Worship. I got a reason to praise him.
It's actually called 1970 something.
Okay, 1970 song, and the other song is entitled Wish, and I keep saying I wish. But yeah, my music, people say, for I Choose to Worship, they say I got a reason to praise him. For Seasons is nobody like nobody like you, Lord.
That's true. That's true.
So without, that means it's good when people can make up their own. So
and I do minister. If you listen to the words, I do minister, though.
Definitely.
Yes.
So go ahead and introduce the song, David.
This is the song by David Benton from Beyond the Fence, produced by Marcus Boyd. It is called 1970 something.
It's not about religion. More of a culture thing when you an eagle. Can't compromise what the vulture brings. Stay focused, feeling hopeless. Living in a broken dream. Stay woke, don't stay broke. Hit it with the shoulder lean. Haters try to block a shot. Gotta hit it with the double clutch. Play the cards I was dealt. My opponents didn't shuffle up. Same rope that they try to hang you with. You was the double dutch. Throwing stones to hide their hand. And that Bobby sucker duck. Too much hating they blood. People don't love enough. In the club with the cutter tuck. Mind gone on some other stuff. Something poisonous. Remind me of a buttercup. Knuckle up. Spiritual warfare inside every one of us.
No baggage, no. Get on, no. People get ready. There's a train a-coming.
No Lincolnian Emancipation Proclamation can do this for us. No Kennysonian or Johnsonian Civil Rights Bill can do this for us. If the Negro is to be free, he must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with the pen and ink of self-asserted manhood his own emancipation proclamation.
I'm on the king, balance it out when I'm a mess. You an eagle, I told you that. Watch out, fly the falcon get. No doubt about it, I don't doubt about it. Surrounded by a lot of stress. Spirituality is playing hide and go seek. You still haven't found it yet. You can find it. I gotta remind you, look inside yourself. Are people dying? Gotta lack of knowledge, so you gotta apply yourself. The media, attractive violence, that's why you gotta doubt yourself. Resurrect, look for the facts, and don't lie to self. Does cry, but you're crying for help. You're looking for better ways, better pray, and meditate, manifesting the better day. Some people trying to hold you down, get rid of the heavyweight. If they gonna hate, then let them hate, and the spirit you levitate.
Don't need no baggage, no. Get on, no. People get ready, there's a train a-coming.
Yes.
I have to admit that that's one of my favorite songs. The delivery, the words. I love the combination of, like I said, cultures. I love the combination of you speaking to the masses and you're teaching people in your music. So shout out to you for doing that.
Appreciate that, Shay, for real. Thank you.
You're welcome, because, you know, you do have to be brave. One of the things that I did pick up on you saying before we end, one of the things I picked up on is you said you stopped doing other people and you started doing you. And you didn't say it in that way, but that's just my delivery from it. But once you stopped doing other people and you stopped realizing, or you started realizing that you were called to a group of people and you started to actually operate in that, that's what you got out of it, that type of music.
Yes, definitely. Because coming out of prison, you know, I was preaching, and, you know, I got a lot of calls to go preach. And, you know, that's what I love to do. I love to teach people. I love to inspire people. So that same passion, you know, just putting it into the music and just saying, you know, at first I was just like, well, I got to do it this way. I got to do it this way because I don't want to, you know, the Bible say don't cause nobody to stumble, and, you know. But it got to a point I wasn't happy. You know, I wasn't happy. So I know where my heart is at for so many people. Like, people might not understand this, but with me, I'm not trying to tell you about Jesus all day. I will send you to Pastor Arnold, my pastor. I will send you to Pastor Arnold so he can tell you all about Jesus to get you saved. What I'm going to do is inspire you to stop doing what you're doing, because it can cause you harm. Because when it comes to the God and devil state, it's a state of mind as well. If you stay in that devil state, then guess what? You're going to reach evil. You're going to reach the harvest of it. So I want to teach people to be a better version of themselves so they can get outside of, like, we worship everything and trust everything around us except the inner man, the self. So I want to inspire people to encourage and be a better individual. Be a better individual. And when I teach you that, to be a better individual while you're going to Pastor Arnold, while you're going to Pastor Jerry Upton, while you're going to these churches right here in Knoxville, then I'm going to keep you encouraged. I'm going to keep you balanced.
So one man plants a seed, another man waters, and God is the nourisher.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, so that's what it is.
Well, I will tell you, if you're just joining, we are on the line with David Benton right now. You just heard his song "Wish" in the 1970 song, and both are my favorite and are on the album to come, the new album to come. And so, David, I just want to thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to interview you tonight. It's been fun. We do this all the time, but it's really, you know, we do it on the opposite end. I'm co-hosting or you're hosting. We really don't get a chance to kind of like have this type of communication. Did I do well?
You did awesome. But you always fantastic. For real, you always fantastic. Can I tell everybody to please go to YouTube, look at David Benton, and subscribe to the channel, man. And
he was doing well. He was doing well up until that part. So, David, before we go, let the listeners know where they can connect with you.
Well, I don't really need to tell y'all to go on Facebook. A lot of y'all already on here. But you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. or I'm going to pray against you. I'm going to tell God not to bless you if you don't go to my channel and subscribe.
And that always gets you in trouble, because the people who were about to subscribe turn around and say they're not going to subscribe because you're speaking against them. So let me go ahead and take this, guys. I want you guys to connect with David. Connect with David on the website at www.beyondthefence. That's BEYONDAFENCE.org. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, please, at David Benton. You can also connect with him on Instagram at David Benton15, on Facebook at Beyond the Fence or David Benton. For booking,
if y'all do,
go ahead and go to that.
I'm sorry. I love y'all. Please subscribe to me. I'll be y'all cook.
I'll be your cousin. David Benton, before we go, I have one more question for you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power?
The power!
All right, family. That was David Benton right here on Late Night with Jerry Live Worldwide and Shay Samuels coming out of Owings Mills, Maryland and Atlanta, Georgia. Of course, David, I believe he's in Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in, and thank you. Please share the file. You can always catch the replays on Spreaker Radio, iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, and Castbox. There's a couple other ones out there too. I think FM, Internet FM, is out there too. All right, so thank you so much, and we hope you had a super duper holiday and you were blessed. Take care, have a great week, and don't forget to come back on Tuesday. That's right, Tuesday night we got the triple podcast. That's right, starting out with Dr. V. That's right, transforming Bible lives with Pastor V. Dr. V, I'm sorry. So come on out. Then we got Paula Breon. She comes on at 9 o'clock with the testimony. If you remember Paula Breon coming out of New York City, she was a a house music diva. Now she's mixing gospel with house music. Gotta come check her out. Awesome show. She's bringing a lot of her friends. A lot of them are in the industry, whether acting, directing, or producing. Come check her out. Also, and then right after that is Inspirational Treasure with Shalonda Williams. That's right, she got a host of friends come out and pray for you. That's right, prophesize. All right, everybody, have a great night, and we will see you soon. I'm Jerry Was Live Worldwide, a.k.a. the Batman of Charm City. Go Ravens. Go Ravens. Take care, everybody. Good night.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power?